Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, Locum23 here. You're joining me back for the app choices. Crown and the Flame, Book 1, Chapter 15, The Return to Stormhold. Now, playing as Kenna, you and your army are making camp outside of the Stormhold Castle. My home.
This day has been far too long in coming. We have returned, my queen.
Whether or not we can retake this beast of a castle is another thing. It won't be easy, but from what you've told me about the castle's vulnerabilities, I think we've got a shot. Do we really need to do this? Can't we just buy another castle somewhere even better?
Stormhold isn't just a castle, it's a home. The time has come for us to reclaim it. Though it won't be as easy as a task, Stormhold has never been taken in battle.
That may be true, but there's a first time for everything. All the more reason we need it back. There's a first time for everything.
That there is. We will not let the odds stop us from trying.
Let's review what we're working with. You and your visors head in your command tent. Annalise? Oh, okay, I guess you can specifically do these. Okay, so we have soldiers. Let's check in with Leon. How many do we have for the fight? The Frydorians have sent us 100 warriors to help avenge their lost king and Prince Tavon. 50 Rejka monks have joined us. Damned if I know where they showed up from or how they even knew to come.
The monks have their ways.
Wait, the Rajkar monks? Was my former training master among them?
See for yourself.
Gabriel holds aside the tent flap and calls out a few seconds later, Queen Kenna. You're safe. I didn't dare hope. I'm so relieved. You embrace him.
I'm alive, and well, thanks to your friend inside the castle.
Dominic?
He saved my life. He's a very interesting man.
I owe him a great debt. I never would have forgiven myself if you died because of me at Marco's hands.
Nonsense, it is my duty. It was my great honor to serve you, and it'll be my greatest honor yet to fight for you today.
The honor is mine, my friend. The monk smiles and ducks out of the tent.
Ahem. As I was saying, that's 50 fighting monks that your buddy there brought us. We have 500 fighters from Aurelia, thanks to Annalise.
You're welcome.
And the bulk of our forces comes from my men and the mercenaries. 2,000 former Stormhold soldiers and mercenaries, all ready to fight and die for you. And all without pay. That's say something, my queen. You've moved them with your speech. You're a leader they can believe in.
Then we'd better not disappoint them. Altogether, we've got a force of 2,650 soldiers. We just might have enough to take this castle back. Thank you, Leon. Let's go ahead and check the siege engines. What support do we have from the technocrats? We have my drill to get through the wall.
It's a shame the technocrats wouldn't part with any of their other technology.
We may have, if we were more certain of this alliance. Every siege engine I give you is one you could use against us later if this all goes poorly. I would never do that. I'm reasonably sure you wouldn't, but I have to minimize the risk to my people. Anyway, the real problem is getting the drill to the wall. I didn't design the machine to be under fire. It's pretty vulnerable to any attacks.
My men are ready to defend it.
And finally, equipment. About our equipment. Annalise, you've been very generous. Our army has the best swords, shields, and armor that money can buy.
The Golden Mountain Fang blades that you gave us will cut right through the Nevrakas armor.
It's the least I could do after meeting the loathsome Prince Marco myself. Any price is worth taking him down. When men like him rule, no good can come from it.
There's one other matter, my queen, the local townsfolk. I'd hope they might be inspired to join our cause and fight for the rightful ruler. But it appears they are too fearful. In any case, we must take that we do not allow the fighting to spread or innocent lives to be lost.
Agreed. We will do what we can. Where will everyone be during the battle? I'll be with my drill. Willock, are you sure that's wise? If something goes wrong, you'll need me to repair it. That's where I can be the most useful. So that's where I'll be.
I'll be with our main force, protecting the drill.
Raiden and I will be here, tending the wounded.
That's an ugly business for during a battle. You sure you want to get those soft hands all bloody?
Elise's soft hands have pitched me up more times than I care to remember. Trust me, there's no one better for the job.
I will be at my queen's side.
And I'll be with all of you, leading the charge.
On the front lines? But that's far too dangerous. A single lucky soldier would be able to strike you down.
Nowhere will be truly safe. Great. And besides, this is my crown to claim. I can't ask my soldiers to risk their lives if I'm not willing to risk my own. That was the first lesson that the Sterny taught me back when Severin was holding us prisoner. You step outside the tent, flanked on every side of your most trusted allies. Val watches your eye and nods. Catches your eye. Let's see what you've got, Your Majesty. Leon gestures at a rack of weapons.
What weapon will you use for battle?
Unfortunately, the only weapon we got, a short sword. You have selected the short sword. This weapon is perfect. You raise your sword over your head. Your soldiers let out a hearty cheer, raising their weapons in salute.
Not bad. We might just win this day.
We've waited years for this moment. We've suffered under Luther Nevricus' evil and cruelty. Today we will take our enemies. Today we'll take back Stormhold. Today we take back our home.
For Stormhold! For glory! Yeah!
The sound of your army's cheer rings in your ears. Today, we fight. Now, playing as Dominic, you're locked in the dungeons of Stormhold with Cyrucka. And so that's when I first realized through the cow pasture was not to be done in the dark. Not even a laugh? Not much for conversation, huh? I still haven't decided whether or not I can trust you, Lowlander, even if you... Never mind. Trust me or not, it doesn't make all that much difference. We're both locked up in here, aren't we? In the distance, you hear the sound of shouting. Wait, did you hear that? Suddenly, the entire castle trembles. The ground is shaking. Stay where you are. You manage to keep your footing. As the shaking dies down, Hex comes to the dungeon, flanked by guards. It's time, beast. Are you going to be good, or are you still determined to make my life difficult? Come a step closer, and I will show you difficult. Still fighting. I would be impressed at your determination, but, well, I'm not. Guards? 2 guards in her size cell, and she struggles as they try to drag her out. Frustrated, the guards start hitting her. Pathetic. The village midwife hits harder than that. You're lucky we're in a hurry, Savage. Stop. Leave her alone. Oh, are you the valiant one? Violence is the only language this brute understands. If she'd only told me how she uses the fire, we could have done without all this ugliness. As the guards drag Sai out, she weakly lifts her head and looks straight at you. No one uses fire. You feed the fire and let it burn. Sai turns back to Hex. If I were unbound, I would ignite you where you stand. Precisely why you are bound, my dear. Your fire will only go where I want it to. Come along. Sigh. After Hex and the others are gone, you listen to the words of the battle raging outside. You strain at the bars of your cell, but it's useless. You're trapped. I need to get out of here. Suddenly you hear soft footsteps on the dungeon steps. Dom, are you in there? Rose? What are you doing here? I'm rescuing you. Rose, get out of here. Hurry up. Hurry before the guards come back. Rose rushes to your side and starts trying keys in the cell doors. What's going on out there? Everyone is rushing to join the battle. You won't believe it, Dom. It's Kina. She's out there with an army. I didn't know how she did it, but she's here. She's here to save us and take back Stormhold. Those dark times are truly over. Just then you hear soft clapping from the stairwell. How touching! How very, very touching. Did you really think this would play out in your perfect romance? Oh no. Martel's hands clamp around Rose's arm. Poor sweet little flower. Hey, get your hands off her. Leave her out of those. Get your hands off of her. Keep your hands off of her, or I swear I'll... You'll what? You'll do nothing, prisoner. You're both at my mercy. And unfortunately for you, I have none. Martel pulls a dagger from his robes and lays it against Rose's cheek. Now, how strong are you? Please, don't hurt her. Rose, don't look at him. Please don't hurt her. I'll tell you anything you want to know. I swear. Your lost queen is attacking at the gates, boy. There's nothing I want from you now, except to see you suffer. I wish we had more time, but this battle will be raging soon. Say goodbye, little flower. No. Okay. Summon my fire magic to save Rose. Summon my fire magic to save Rose. Let Rose die. Get away from her! You feel your anger rushing through your veins, and you stop fighting it. You feel your anger. You feed your anger to the fire inside you. Burn! Blue fire explodes from your hands, engulfing your arms. You grip the cell doors, bars, and they melt like butter. What sorcery is this? You can't! I told you to get away from her. You fling a handful of fire at Bartel, setting his clothes alight. Ah! Let go of me. Rose shoves Martell off of her. He flees, slapping at his burning clothes. Once he's gone, you feel the anger flooding out of you. You collapse.
Dominic!
Rose rushes to your side.
Stay with me, Dominic. I can't lose you.
I'm all right, Rose.
I've never seen anything like that, Dom. It was incredible. You're incredible.
Our work isn't over yet. Get to safety. There's nothing more you can do.
What are you planning, Dom?
I'm gonna find a way to bring down Stormhold from the inside. You burst from the dungeons and find armed guards waiting outside. What the? He picks up an axe. Use magic. You blast him with fire. Ha! He runs off screaming. I've got to find Psy and stop Hex's cannon. The guard's axe lies on the floor. Armed with the guard's axe, you race towards the courtyard. I'm coming, Kenna. Now playing as Kenna, the battle rages for Stormhold. Flanked by a dozen men with shields held aloft to repel barrage of arrows, you lead the drill towards the castle's side wall. Protect the drill at all costs. Without it, we have no way of getting through the wall. Yes, ma'am. Nothing's getting through.
Steady. Keep the drill's momentum going forward.
One of Marco's soldiers charges straight at you. Die, false queen! Attack dodge. You dodge to the side. I've got you now! One of the archers puts an arrow through his eye. Not today!
That was too close.
My queen, the sky!
You look up and see a massive blast of bright blue fire.
Look out! Ah!
You hear the screams of the soldiers who were hit by the blast.
Ah!
What evil conjured this destruction? At least it seems like it's hitting everyone. Our men and Marcos. They must not be able to aim it very precisely.
That's not for lack of consolation to the men getting burned alive.
The drill is part metal, part wood. It can burn.
Without that drill, we're as good as dead. Rushing at the castle.
What are we going to do? We didn't prepare for this, Kenna.
We should attack, pull back. Attack. We push forward. This is our only chance to take back Stormhold. If we retreat now, we're never going to get another opening. Push forward, and another blast of fire hits your army. You just lost 200 soldiers. Ooh.
We're losing soldiers fast.
We're not retreating, no matter the cost. Now, playing as Dominic, more explosions shake the ground as you sprint into the courtyard. Hex adjusts the cannon's aim, laughing as another fireball arcs over the castle wall.
Poor little queen. She tried so hard, but no army can stand against me now. Not anymore. Prepare to fire again.
Lowlander.
Hurry.
You rush to side. Our hands are locked inside the cannon barrel. The shackles held closed by a large padlock. Hit the lock. Slash at the lock, scoring a deep gash in the metal. Hang on, Psy. I'll get you out of there. I need to hit the lock. You strike the body of the lock, bending it out of shape. Strike, hit the lock. Your next blow takes a chunk out of the body of the lock. Almost there. With one final swing, you cleave the padlock free from its shackle. Finally! At the sound of the breaking metal, Hex whirls around.
You! What do you think you...
Ah! Psy charges at Hex, smashing her against the wall of the courtyard. Hex crumbles to the ground, unconscious.
You have no idea how long I've been waiting to do that.
Now, Lowlander, I'll show you what this cannon can really do. Save Sai from the dungeon, Stormhold, and Hex's clutches. You save Rose from being killed by Bartel. Because of your reputation as a mediocre leader, you failed to inspire any civilians to join. I don't know how we could control that. As a mediocre leader? What? Anyway, overall progress. So we've got one more that we don't know right now. But mediocre leader, really? Army score 207 out of 420. That's a little depressing. We're a supposed mediocre leader. Well, unfortunately, diamonds, I'm sure, would have made us a supreme leader. Julius Caesar would blush. Anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Look forward to more. Feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until next time, folks, have a good one.